Hare Krishna. This is Akshara Brahma Das. Welcome to Brahma's Kitchen. Today I have with me Jagadeesh Chaitanya Prabhu, and with utmost respect, I have come here to Krishna Balaram Temple's Deity kitchen, and today Prabhu has benevolently agreed to show us the kitchen and then what kind of cooking goes on here for the pleasure of Shri Radha Sham Sundar. So, Prabhu, thank you so much for agreeing to shoot here and then show us the kind of standards that followed here in the deity seva, especially with respect to cooking. Thank you so much, Prabhu. And would you like? I would request you to please help all the audience to understand these principles, the etiquettes, the cleanliness, and so many things that we are going to speak about today. And thank you so much, Prabhu, for agreeing to this.
Thank you very much for having me as an instrument to allow everyone to see what it actually is to be in the deity's kitchen in Sri Vrindavan Dham in Krishna Balaram Mandir, where we are not just taking care of Radhesham, Lalita, Vishaka, Krishna Balaram, Gaurnitai and Prabhupada, but we take care of Srila Prabhupada also in Radha Damodar, where Prabhupada had his room. So we also cook for him, not only for the deities here. And our cooking and kitchens are extended in such a way that the Mahaprasad goes all over the world, not only in Vrindavan, Delhi, Bombay, not only within India, but our Mahaprasadam goes all over the world, and Bhoga comes for the deities from all over the world. So we have so many devotees from Russia who always bring first-class nuts, first-class honey. We have devotees who come from UK, bring carob. We have devotees from Africa, bring best qualities of dry fruits. And within India also many devotees bring many things. So like Prabhupada always say that Krishna Balaram Mandir is the mother to all the ISKCON temples all over the world. Before talking about what we are cooking, Prabhupada always established on two things when it came to deity worship and deity standards. And that was cleanliness and punctuality. And many people asked, why punctuality, why punctuality? So if you've been to Vrindavan before, you must be knowing that when you go to Radharaman, you go to Prem Mandir, you go to Radha Damodar, Radha Vallabh, Banke Bihari, all these temples don't have fixed times of darshan. So this was Prabhupada's main agenda of concern, that if devotees are coming from so far away to see the Lord, we should have certain fixed times so that they could take darshan. And for this reason only, we also made such standards that the bhoga offering can be going on in a half curtain and the devotees can still come and take darshan of the Lord and go. So that is why cleanliness and punctuality was the first thing for Prabhupada when it came to deity standards, deity worship, kitchen standards. That is why Prabhupada really emphasized on cleanliness and punctuality. Whoever is serving in this kitchen is Brahmin initiated, or at least minimum first initiated. Before coming to do any service, they have to chant 16 rounds, finish 16 rounds, not just chant, but finish 16 rounds before starting any practical service in the kitchen. It's not like we are doing a favor to Krishna by cooking for him, but we are doing this for our benefit, for our purification, so that we can make it back to home, back to God in this very lifetime. Well, आज हमारे पास बहुत सारी सब्जियां हैं. We have many vegetables. One of them is jackfruit. Jackfruit can be cooked in many different ways. So I'm cooking today. First I'm going to boil it, and after boiling it I'm going to fry it and then put it into a gravy. For the broccoli I'm going to make it in a bechamel sauce, which is white sauce. And then there is gobi and beans. This I'm just going to stir fry. And this is kakrol. It's also called kantola. It's also known as Karela's sister. This is not at all bitter, but I'm just going to make it like a crispy snack with a coating of besan on it. And this is karonda. I'm going to make chutney out of this. So this is what I'm planning to offer to Krishna today. And let's see, whatever Srimati Radhika inspires me to do with the vegetables. I have a plan, but ultimately I surrender to her plan. This is Pulao. Our Krishna Balaram Mandir's Pulao is very special.
How do you prepare?
We use different whole spices and curry patta and mint leaves, and we cook the rice. We don't give a chance to it because the spices get burnt when you actually give a chance and then boil the rice. So we put the whole spices directly into it and boil it for at least 1 hour 30 minutes by adding different levels of water according to the time. And then these grains are at least minimum this big. That's how big the pulao size, the grain itself is. Our Krishna Balaram have a very different style of pulao. And that is why as soon as Mahaprasadam pulao is out at 7 o'clock, it gets sold in less than 7 minutes. 100 donas of rice and it gets sold in less than 7 minutes. In our kitchen, we don't use any kind of oil. We only use pure cow ghee. Only oil which is used in this kitchen is olive oil for salad dressing. Apart from that, everything else is ghee.
Do you also explore newer recipes, or is it like?
I personally do explore, but not in the Deity kitchen. I make them at home. I see how it comes out, and then I cook it for Krishna Balaram.
Okay.
Because here I don't like to experiment.
Right.
Like I said, that we make sure we give the best.
Right.
It has to be perfect.
Right.
We cannot give something that we even don't know how it tastes or how it looks.
I believe you're making jackfruit.
The jackfruit.
So what's going in, Prabhu?
So first is bay leaves and dry red chilies, and then mustard, and you have to wait and hear the mustard popping. Until you don't hear the mustard popping, which means the chalk is not ripe.
Okay.
So now we can hear the mustard popping. And now jeera. It's good to use fennel during the summer because it keeps the body cool. So it would little this fennel. Krishna's body is transcendental, but after that his devotees are going to honor the Mahaprasad.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that the devotees don't fall sick after eating Mahaprasad. This is not the hot spicy red chili powder, it's degi mirch.
Okay.
It is not spicy, but it's just for giving a color to the food. We don't use any kinds of food colors in our DT kitchen or in the bakery or even in the festival kitchen. We are very strict about using food colors. We don't permit it. Unless you make your own food color with beetroot or stuff like that, then it's another thing. But apart from that, we don't use food colors in our DT kitchen. The first thing you should cook while you're in the kitchen should be chutney. Because the chutney doesn't taste good when it's hot.
Right.
As it cools down,
Yeah.
the sugar becomes thick. Then you can enjoy the chutney and enjoy the spices, and then you can actually relish the chutney. Like when you put the karonda in, it was very hard, and now you can see how soft it's become. This is the cauliflower in the beans.
Okay. It's more of a stir fry.
Stir fry kind of thing. Very dry gravy, not full of gravy, then like a dry subject.
Okay. Okay. So basically, to balance the flavor, you are adding
Yeah.
the tomato.
So it brings up a little bit sourness in it.
We generally add some sugar. So how is
That is so Gujarati.
yeah. Even in Mangalore, Udupi.
Yeah, I had some Mahaprasad from there in cut sugar.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, why does everything have to have sugar?
How do you get to know that the
Spices are cooked.
spices are not overcooked? Because you have cooked a lot of the.
When you go around with the spatula, and if it's sticking, that means it's overcooked.
Okay.
If it's going smoothly, it's not
Yeah.
overcooked. It's cooked perfect.
Okay.
So when you have to put a lot of pressure like this, that means your spices are sticking.
Yeah.
And apart from that, the fragrance is also enough to tell you whether it's burnt or cooked. Beginning, the cashews get cooked down, and that velvety taste which should come, it doesn't come. It comes like soft and soggy.
Yeah.
But now after this, it's like a velvety taste, like some crunch is added to it. And plus now it brings a whole rich color to it. And that is why our sabjis look like restaurant sabjis, but we don't use food color, it's all in front of you, You see, this is cashews grinded with the tomato. So this makes a difference in the color and the texture. And this is cashews after. So you can see the difference between both the sabjis. And when you taste also, they look maybe the same in color, but taste is totally different. This is the broccoli and cream. I ran out of milk, so I'm going to make it with fresh cream.
Okay.
But generally we do with milk.
So even the broccoli is going with the Indian spices?
No, not really. It's just cumin, little bit of asafoetida, because if it's cream alone, it's flat. It's a blend. So we put cumin, we put hing, we put a little bit of dhania powder and green chili. There's not much of an Indian spice in it. But in the end, we'll put a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of black pepper.
Okay.
Because the idea of spices is not for the tongue. The idea of spices is for digestion. So you have to be sure what spices is used where and when and how. Because broccoli is a sabji which has a lot of gas and it creates gas in the stomach. So, and when you put cream, you make it even more heavy for digesting. But then when you put black pepper, you put a bit of asafoetida and then you put a little bit of ginger. So this helps in the digestion of it.
Is this a native of any country, Prabhu?
Many European countries and many Western countries have broccoli in white sauce. Many.
Okay.
It's not particularly of a certain country, but many countries relish it like this. It's like a daily food for them. And in India, this becomes something for a festival or something on a special occasion. Yeah, so like I was saying that these are not ordinary pans. Has actual mouth fresheners. Like peppermint, this is pure peppermint. It's not just chemical like you get nowadays in the pan shops. And then we have our whole spices here like cloves, cardamom, there is nutmeg, there is the black cardamom. This black cardamom we use in the winters. This keeps the body warm. And then we have the normal green cardamom. And then this is pitha. This is our own made pitha. We use it as a sweetener for the deities. Outside people know it as tutti frutti, but this is not tutti frutti. This is actually made out of the pitha sabji itself and then boiled in sugar syrup. So this is used as a sweetener for the pan, and we make our own. We don't buy outside from the market. And sometimes to play around with the flavors, we also put a little bit lemon in it, so it's sweet and sour. So that when Radhesham are having this pan, they also get different types of flavors in their mouth when they eat. We fold the pan this way and then we put a clove to lock it. So that's how we make the pan. We don't put tuna, we put sandalwood paste.
That is something interesting actually. Prabhupada always would say use the high quality ingredients, and this is a perfect example of...
We've never compromised with our quality. We try our best. It's Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
But still, as long as Krishna has given me the energy to fight and make sure that the standards are followed, I try my best to make sure that we try to follow all the standards possible. So this is the Tambula Seva trunk, only used specially for Shayan Seva, as old as it looks. Like I told you, that every rice grain will be long, so you can see that.
Did you measure the rice and water? No.
Like I told you, this place goes on Radharani's magic.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for allowing us to shoot the entire process of Sandhya Bhog. And what we saw was just a glimpse of what happens in the DT kitchen. I'm sure that there's more and more, as Prabhu was also speaking in the video. And thank you so much once again, Prabhu, for allowing us to experience and taking us through this cooking session. Yeah.
Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's my pleasure, and I'm very much thankful that you came to do this service. You're giving everyone who is going to view this an insight of how the spiritual world functions. Our DT kitchen may look small and the activities here may look minimal, but this kitchen is on from 2:30 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. We cook 7 offerings for the Lordships. This kitchen is divided into 3 sections. There is the main DT kitchen, and then we have the festival kitchen, and we have the bakery. And all 3 are always active. So what you saw just now was just a small piece of what goes on in our DT kitchen. But what I hope out of this video is that I hope people understand the culture, what our ancestors have left for us, the culture, what our acharyas have left for us, and that they would take up to this culture. Like in today's time, we see how Western devotees are giving up their culture and dressing up in sadhaka roop, wearing sari, wearing dhoti, kurta, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So if them as Westerners can do that, so why can't we in India accept this culture fully and take up to God consciousness? We are not talking even about Krishna consciousness, but just becoming God conscious. This is what even Prabhupada said, that I'm not trying to convert anyone, or neither am I running a sect. All I'm trying to do is trying to awaken love for God in each and every soul. So that's what we also hope, that out of this video, you see that God exists, service to Him exists, and there are many ways that one can get connected to the Lord. Through cooking, through darshan, through kirtan, there are many ways one can get connected to the Lord. So we hope that this video inspires you and brings you closer to God.
Definitely, Prabhu. Thank you so much once again, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.